Beating Minecraft hardcore is pretty straightforward. You spawn in and you beat up the dragon. However, 10 years ago, Mojang released 4 guides on how to do it the right way. And let's just say that it told me to do some pretty interesting things. But first... why am I Alex? Wait, what? Starting off with survival mode, first moments. Our first step is to make a clock. Wait, what? Who's ever made a clock? Head for the nearest tree and hit the trunk repeatedly. Repeat it for 15 blocks. Okay, I don't think we need 15 logs, but hey, it's Mojang. They know better, okay? Okay, we got 15 logs. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry for this, but, It's Mojang's decision, alright? Open your inventory and drag 1 block of wood into any of the crafting squares. We got our first crafting table. Oh my. Oh, we can finally make wooden tools now. Who would have thought? Add 3 planks, blah blah blah. Alright, so basically we were supposed to make wooden tools. Usually I don't make wooden tools, but we have them now. Anyway, the next thing on the list is forge recipe. Oh, wait, so that means we can get coal. Speaking of coal. Oh... boom! Oh, we can make a furnace. Wow. Here we go. We got ourselves a furnace. Wait, what? We have to make a clock, and now we also have to get a jack-o'-lantern? Hello? Oh, I guess that's our goal. Anyway, that's something for later, I guess. Let's first make a shelter. Use the area where you've been mining coal as a starting point. Wait, that is a horrible spot. Wait, what? I honestly don't really know how to make a base in here, but we're gonna do it, okay? Okay, yeah, this looks so cozy. I'm not gonna lie. Place a torch on each wall inside your shelter. I think that's it. Yes! Oh, we can get stone tools. Why would Mojang make us wait so long until we can get stone tools? When day 2 finally breaks, your next priority will be to find food. Oh, so only on our second day we're gonna find food. Okay. I guess better late than never. Alright, okay. This spider has been bothering me. Anyway, we can make, food now. Crafting a bed. I literally only have 2 wool. I need to find another sheep. Wait, hold on. Where's... oh, there you are. Oh, okay, now we can finally cook some food and, make our bed. Wow. Alright, so our next step is to mine rare elements. By Captain Sparkles, what? So, I guess, we're supposed to go on a mining trip now. However, I barely have any food, so, yeah, okay, honestly, I think 38 salmon should be enough for now. Okay, so according to Mojang, our next step is to get armor. Which means we have to go mine iron. Yes! What? It took me way too long to find the remaining iron. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know, you might be thinking it's just iron, but it took me ages. The seed is cursed. And after waiting for a little, we can finally make our armor. Wow, we're looking so fancy right now. Shields were not a thing back when this guide came out, so I'm pretty happy that we got armor. Anyway, we finished the first book. Now, according to the second book, we have to build a house, which means that we need construction materials. Before we make a house, we have to make a flat area, so I'm gonna get rid of this thing, you know? Okay, actually, after careful consideration, I really don't have time for this. This is good enough, alright? Okay, so we need a lot of wood, and in order to get that, we have to commit deforestation. Wait, hold on. A wandering trader? Ow! Ah! Ow, what? Okay, since we have our wood, we have to move on to cobblestone. Wow. Okay, I can't be asked to mine more. Okay, so we have enough cobblestone and wood, which means that we need glass? If I look at the pictures, we need a lot of glass. And not just like the thin glass panes, but actual like blocks of glass. Okay, now we're gonna do something really fun. We're gonna wait until my glass is ready. Oh my, okay. I won't lie, I almost kind of fell asleep. Anyway, now we have everything we need, I think. Please don't tell me I have to go back later to mine more wood.
Minecraft has gone through a lot of big changes and updates over the years, but what if we go back 19 major updates and 10 years to a simpler time, to Minecraft release 1.0. Now Minecraft 1.0 came out on November 18th of 2011, meaning that version is almost 11 years old, which is pretty crazy to think. A lot of things have changed between now and then, and a lot of things haven't. So in this video we're just going to sort of play through the game and see what we can experience in this old version of the game, and really answer the question, is this version different from modern Minecraft fundamentally, or have updates just added new features and not really removed the feelings of old ones? Well, for starters, there were villages in this version, although my skin is currently loaded in as Steve. All the functions of the game seem to be the same. It's funny because little subtle differences, like for instance when I'm crouching, the crouch being shorter. Now of course that is much more of a recent change than let's say Minecraft 1.0, but just little things like that make the game feel a bit different. It is also interesting to hear the old sound design of the game. I feel like that's honestly one of the biggest differences when you get down to it. A lot of the sounds seem to be just a little bit less refined than they were before. It's also interesting because of course I can't click and drag to make these go across, so I have to split them like this. But we do now have ourselves some bread. It is funny though how much more difficult it is to farm in this version, as basically everything can trample crops. I mean literally just walking over crops will trample them, which definitely makes it much more difficult than in modern Minecraft. And of course animals could break it at this stage as well. And I mean there were no carrots or potatoes or beetroot at this point that you could be planting and growing, and so really your options were quite limited in terms of a food source. Now it is pretty crazy to think that this village structure was the exact same all the way up through 1.13, even though it was added so much earlier. Let's see if the blacksmith still has loot. And no, there is not a blacksmith loot chest, so this is definitely not as good of a loot structure as it was later. And of course there was such a limited number of biomes as well. I mean, for instance, here we're in the desert, and there is a taiga biome up there, so there's not really the system of biome borders we have today. But something that has not changed nearly as much is the mining and caving element of the game. And of course, although 1.18 and 1.17 did a lot to change the mining system as a whole, still a lot of the cave generation is the same between both versions, and more or less all the ores are still there. And so of course the most basic parts of the game, like crafting your first tools, mining your first stone, getting iron and coal, those have really stayed fundamentally the same through the years. Although certainly some things have definitely not stayed the same as well. Like for instance this skeleton down here. These skeletons are actually incredibly easy. I mean if this was modern Minecraft I would certainly be dead with those two skeletons there. And the light, there is some coal right there as well, and also some glitched floating water. Funny enough, some of those glitches like that still haven't been fixed, as you can still get terrain generation, where there's water that generates in that should be flowing but isn't. And some things you might not have noticed that slowly changed through the years of Minecraft are some small quality of life changes, like for instance here throwing the coal down. You can see that when it's floating as an item, not only does it not rotate, but it only faces the player, and it's also flat. You can see when we throw it on the ground there, it basically has a paper-thin texture to it, which is of course a lot different to it is now, with a really nice 3D texture that makes it look a bit more real and a little bit less like just a piece of paper on the ground. But I'd also say parts of the game that are now more difficult or easier here, and for instance like this with the creepers, that was incredibly easy to kill that creeper. It really didn't explode very quickly at all, and I didn't have to worry too much. Now for instance this creeper here, I might be able to make that creeper not explode, although I didn't. But things like these skeletons here are just incredibly easy to get. Even on low health with no armor, they don't really pose a threat. But even with that, the game does still feel more difficult. But why is that? I think a lot of it has to do with which stage of the game has been changed in almost every update. And almost always, the stage of the game is the late stages of the game. The very early parts of the game, of course, have been changed somewhat. Like for instance...
What if I told you that peaceful mode is the hardest game mode? You want to beat the game, so you head to the Nether to farm blazes. But blazes don't spawn. This is Minecraft's only difficulty that is deemed impossible to beat without the help of cheats or specific worlds. But I want to change that. Therefore, I'm giving myself 24 hours to find a way to beat the game, and if the timer runs out, I'll delete my world. So, is this game mode really impossible? I sure hope not, otherwise I'm about to look ridiculous. Now I need blaze rods and ender pearls to beat the game, and frankly, I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet. So we can come back to that later. I think first I want to get myself some iron so I can get myself a portal to the Nether. Probably a good time to mention, I was talking to my friend right before this, and he dared me to use the first world that I spawn in. And so I said yes, because apparently I'm a sucker for putting myself in a terrible situation. Oh, look, a village. Honestly, can I just, like... What? You don't even care! Oh my god, this is incredible! I can see why peaceful mode's just the best. Come here, Timmy.
Father, no!
I took my new friend Timmy, turned him into a bucket, and used him to make a nether portal to get blaze rods. I am on an adventure, looking for the blaze rods. Why do I keep forgetting that peaceful mode doesn't spawn the blaze rods? I mean, what kind of moron? This is the part where everyone that's tried to beat the game in peaceful mode has failed, obtaining blaze rods. In order to beat the game, blaze rods are a required step. If we were playing on easy or even hard difficulty, we can just walk into a nether fortress, find a blaze spawner, and kill a blaze. No problem. But since we're playing on peaceful difficulty, Minecraft doesn't allow blazes or any other hostile mob to spawn. So the answer seems obvious. If blazes don't spawn, surely it's an impossible task. But I'm not giving up that easy. So I did some research. After quite a bit of research, I stumbled across this video showcasing a method to obtain blaze rods in peaceful mode. This sounds perfect. It seems like the exact solution to my problem. However, there's a catch. Because in order to obtain the blaze rods, I would need to downgrade my world to version 1.0, the oldest version of Minecraft. Now, downgrading a world isn't really a new concept, but that doesn't make it any less dangerous. Your entire inventory gets deleted, world generation gets corrupted, and Minecraft starts to crash constantly. Now, like I said before, I'm only playing on this single world. Safely loading another world isn't an option. So, I made myself a backup and began the downgrade. Break on me now. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, this game is so laggy. I don't know if this is playable. What is this? What? Oh my God, no. I am actually gonna break my game. Oh, crap. Thankfully, a quick restart of Minecraft seems to have solved my problem. However, I'm not quite out of the woods yet. Now, the dude who made that video, Crafter Dark, I don't even know if the video is legit. It could be fake for all I know. But the dude is claiming that there are actually blazes spawning in the nether. And I don't know, I kind of want to check that out. So I guess we'll go back to the nether again. I literally did this like not too long ago. Oh God, you can't. Oh, you can't even quick craft. Oh, this is so weird. I think the biggest slap in the face is that I have to place every single block in the crafting table. What is that? Boat! God, this thing, I'll tell you, this thing picks up speed though. Oh.
In today's video, I'm feeling nostalgic and I'm going to go play Minecraft version 1.0 and try to survive 100 days. This version came out in 2011 and is nearly 12 years old. I played it at the time as I've had Minecraft for quite a while, as I'm also very old. But I played so much Minecraft recently that I've completely forgotten everything that is different. This is going to be painful, so make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. So here we are on version 1.0. Look at all this minimal stuff we can change when creating the world. Basically nothing. But we called the world 100 Days of Pain, selected hardcore, and then set the seed as Joel da Best. And then we clicked load on that world, and it built the terrain super quickly in comparison to Minecraft today. However, our skin was missing, as you can see here with Steve. And listen to this. I was genuinely quite confused. What? No. For some reason, walking sounds like breaking dirt in today's Minecraft, so that confused me very much so. So after changing some of the sound settings, I got working on the basics. I got confused straight away again by trying to make a crafting table by dragging it, as you can see there, to realize you have to click it in individually per block. I then did the exact same thing again while trying to make sticks. Now you'll find that everybody who plays Java Minecraft on PC will use Control to sprint, but that doesn't work in this version. Instead, you have to double tap W, which is very inconsistent and annoying. So as I'm trying to kill this pig here, you can see I'm struggling quite a lot. Also, I haven't played pre 1.9 combat in ages, and killing everything was just a massive struggle. Still not learning, I crafted myself a pickaxe by individually clicking in those blocks, collected some stone to make myself a stone pickaxe, and then went and investigated this weird block. I was like, what on earth is this? Turns out, it's gravel. I genuinely thought it was andesite, although I'm not sure if andesite's in the game at this point. Luckily though, there was some iron in this cave that I was in, so I collected some of that, plus some coal to smelt it. Does fortune exist in this? I don't know, but either way, we're nowhere near that yet. I then made myself myself a furnace very awkwardly and got smelting some food and also crafting some other tools. Swords are very OP in the early game, I found. Look at how quickly I kill this pig. And the first thing I normally craft in hardcore is a shield, but of course they don't exist. But I put my iron on to smelt anyway, went exploring a little bit and remembered, oh yeah, swimming also doesn't exist, which is really painful. Gathered some ugly looking sugarcane and then killed some sheep to get some wool for a bed. Also, I'm not sure if it's perspective, but I feel like the reach isn't as far as it is in current Minecraft. I thought I'd be able to reach this, but I can't. I crafted an iron chest plate and some legs, individually placing each bit of iron in there. Yes, I'm still not over this. And I know it's only day one, but I was getting really annoyed already. I keep thinking someone's digging around me, but it's just me walking. Anyway, I slept and ended the first day, and speaking of days, there's no day tracker in the F3 menu on here. So you're just gonna have to trust me, and I'm a YouTuber, would I ever lie to you? Speaking of lying, if you all subscribe right now, I will give you all £1 million. I decided not to settle down straight away, and instead go exploring and looking at the biomes and found loads of glitched textures instantly. I got some seeds, then found some birch wood to realize I only made just wooden planks, then took some damage and listen. Ouch! That sounds horrible! I spotted a village in the distance. Ooh, exciting, and then got instantly distracted by this awful lava texture. But I approached the village and instantly remembered how ugly these things are. But I spotted a blacksmith villager, so tried to trade with him, and yeah, nothing happened, but hopefully there'll be a chest in the blacksmith, right? No, there's no chest either. Maybe the librarian villager will trade with me? No, once again, nothing. I then googled it to find out trading wasn't introduced till 1.3. Oh dear. But I stole some books in hopes that enchanting exists, and then went and looked at some more dodgy world generation before stealing the wheat, which you have to do in every village. You have to manually, individually click each wheat though, and I also noticed just walking over crops just turns it into dirt. What? I then spotted a swamp nearby and just was marveling how ugly.
Hey guys, Turtle here, and today with another mod show reel. So, if you might wonder, this is just usual creative mode. So, but let's go into the menu, because that's what really changed. So, as you can see, it has all the fucking blocks. And also, if you install mods, it will show every single mod item. So that's a really cool feature, because you can just get any block, you don't have to craft anything. And you also have the search bar where, for example, let's say we want an ender pearl, we just type in ender and we see Eye of Ender or ender pearl and can just give us this item and use it if we want to. Now, the next thing is you can also do just view blocks, so it only shows the blocks, and yeah, it's just a way better overview, or just view items so you see the tools and all that other random stuff. The next thing is you can press show full. This way you can put on armor or just store way more stuff in your inventory instead of just having the hotbar available. So let's close this and we have armor on. See? Yeah, we do. So let's get back into the first person view and into the menu. So basically what this mod does, it adds every single item in the game into this menu, so you can choose from anything you want. It adds those little filters so you can just see blocks or whatever you want to see. You can show your full inventory to take on some leather armor or whatever armor you want to use. And you can have a search bar, so you find, if you want iron, you just see all the iron stuff you could possibly get in the game. Iron ingot or iron ore, iron blocks and everything. So that's really cool. I recommend this mod to anybody who likes to use creative. It really makes a much better experience to the game, and yeah. So now we're going to get into the installation guide. If you're familiar for how to install mods, you just can close the video now. I hope you enjoyed it, and it would be amazing if you could support me and just leave a rating or even a favorite, or subscribe to my channel if you want to see more mod reviews like this. So, but now let's get into the installation guide. So here we're going to the installation. So first you want to follow the link in the description to get to this page. It's the official forum post of the Quintity, who's the maker of this mod, sorry for saying your name wrong, I'm not going to try again because I just suck at pronouncing stuff. So now you scroll down to downloads. Now you just press on mod loader, go on that page, scroll down, and just download either directly or above AdFly, so the guy gets a little bit of money, which helps him too. So that's a nice thing to do. I usually do that, and this will give you this file. Then you just go back there and click on download for 1.0 and you download this file. Now you need WinZip or 7-zip or something like this to open these files. But first, let's go into your Minecraft. Just open that. Why does that take so long? It usually doesn't. Now go on options and force update. Now click done and log in. This will clean your Minecraft.jar, so any other mods will be gone, but if you already got other mods, you shouldn't do that, so you just add the files like I will show in a second. Let's just...
Kids these days don't understand the full struggles, man. They complain about magma blocks dragging them underwater while they're swimming. That's so cute. Oh man, it must be so hard to travel these insane ocean biomes with a lot of loot and stuff to discover. Amazing, yeah. I remember when boats didn't even work. And don't even get me started on when zombies dropped feathers. I don't want to hear your complaints, man. You have it easy. On the real though, I forgot how simple old Minecraft used to be. Looking at everything that's in it today, like temples and ocean biomes and village and pillage, it didn't used to be like that. Obviously, back when the game first launched, it was extremely simple, and there really wasn't much to do and half the stuff didn't even work. But somehow, even back then when the game was pretty buggy and boring, it wasn't boring. I still had hours and hours and hours of fun, and I'd even sometimes say that I enjoyed it more than I do now. I wanted to revisit that nostalgia, and I wanted to see what Minecraft 1.0 felt like in 2019. I was going to make this into one video, but once I realized how fun it is, I decided to make it into this series. Welcome to the Minecraft 1.0 experience, the series where I revisit Minecraft 1.0 in 2019 and go on to beat it with a group of friends on a server. By beating the game, I mean killing the Ender Dragon. This is episode 1 in the series, so I hope you guys enjoy, and let's go ahead and hop into the Minecraft 1.0 experience. First thing that any experienced Minecrafter will do is gather some wood. Now, I'm in a spruce biome, so I might as well just grab some spruce wood. You know, it's not my favorite, but it'll definitely work. So I did just that, chopped down a couple trees and grabbed some spruce wood. So now I just make them into planks and, that's weird. These spruce logs gave me wood planks that aren't spruce. Whatever man, maybe it's a glitch. I'm sure we could get it all worked out. We'll figure that part out later. But at this point, it was getting dark, so we decided, hey, let's go in a cave and find a nice place to stay for the night. Again, this was Minecraft 1.0, so realistically, it shouldn't be that hard to survive a couple nights. Even though it was on hard mode, there really weren't a lot of mobs that could kill us. There's no witches, there's no underwater zombies, there's no spearmen, there's no sleep things that kill you when you don't sleep. This should be easy, man. So we dug out a nice little home in the cave, got some coal and some basic materials, and decided to settle in for the night. Halfway through the night, we started hearing a bunch of noises, and we didn't know if it was coming from the surface or somewhere nearby, so we figured, hey, let's look around and see where this is coming from. We dug around, and my friend Noah ended up finding a spider spawner, and it wasn't any spider spawner, it was the ones that had poison cave spiders. Like I said, man, kids these days will never understand how hard it was back in the day. So we dug down to these cave spiders and had a really solid PvP experience where, we were just professional, we didn't hit each other, I didn't almost kill Noah and almost die myself. It was just a really casual PvP experience. I literally forgot about the fact that lava looks like cheese. Like, just picture a 10-year-old kid making a lava texture on like Microsoft Paint and just throwing it on whatever he sees. This lava is literally brighter than my future. But anyways, we mined through the night and stocked up on some materials to where the next day we can go and try to find somewhere to live.